North to south, and yes, maybe even in Antarctica. And if you're in Antarctica, let us know if it's still talk about here today. Well, not a lot, just a little something. Brent the Champ and Instagram. And also, you can follow me at my TikTok channel, The Cooley Cool Show. And by the way, if TikTok isn't banned, follow me on TikTok until it gets banned. We're going to be getting started in just a couple of seconds, getting everything set up here. How's everybody's week going so far? How's it going? A lot of nonsense in the news.
It doesn't.
You are now being tuned into the coolest of the cool, the Cooley Cool Show. We rock it from coast to coast, north to south, and yes, even in Antarctica. You are now tuned into the coolest of the cool, the Cooley Cool Show. Now, without further ado, the man that exhilarates nothing but absolute coolness, your host, Brent. Thank you very much. Yes, here on this Thursday night, almost coming to an end of the week here. I just have some things to talk about because there's a bunch of craziness going on in the news today and every other day and the day before that day and the day after that day and the day coming up in the future of that day. So, what I'm going to start off talking about first and foremost off, so that way we can get little things off my chest. Now, if you're aware of, one thing is, if you're following social media or anything like that, please don't take it for it to be true, anything. It's a form of entertainment. It's a form of people acting crazy, doing dumb things. But I saw one video where people were talking, oh, there's a solar flare that's going to erupt. And when it erupts, because of an eclipse that happens coming soon in 2024, that there's going to be a major communications blackout. That things are going to cause a catastrophic event to happen to where, it's going to be like a doomsday thing. And on the video, they were like, what are you going to do? And then it had the person hold up a FM AM radio, says, well, you could buy this and you can keep informative of all the news and things going on. And it was purchasing off the tickety-tack. And then there's other various social sites doing the exact same shit, telling people to buy this. And like I said, they're saying the catastrophic event, then it says, hey, buy this. Yeah. Bunch of nonsense as usual, because apparently every time some shit tends to go downhill or try to say this is going to happen, there's always a catch-22. It's called buy my product. Please buy my product. Oh, by the way, we're all going to go to hell, but you're going to need tickets to hell first. You're not going to get into hell if you don't have your tickets. So purchase them now. That seems to be the norm with how the world is going on today. And so, once again, these scientists, these people who think they're prominent figures or people who tell people what to do in society have a way of kind of slandering things and making things of their own. Saying, oh, there's going to be a solar flare that's going to erupt, that's called a communications blackout, and it's going to be doomsday, and everything is going to be going to haywire, but get your FM and radio. Well, it's okay to be prepared if, that's what you want to be prepared for, the event of something happening, something occurring. But as I've always said in my show, I always talk about it always revolves around money. The whole thing, everything, the shebang to it revolves around money. And if you think I'm bullshitting you, just check out how many things that they talk about, and then you come to find out they just wanted to take my goddamn money. Yes, that's the whole entirety to it. Like, for instance, I said this about several of my podcast episodes, yonder, and I had talked about NASA talking about large asteroids on a collision course with Earth. And I had said that they had spotted an asteroid that was going to collide with Earth in the year 2160 to 2170. And people was like, oh, you're talking crazy, and they said that NASA needs your money now. The space programs need your money now so they can devise a plan to send some rockets up there to stop this from happening. Now, we're talking 2160 to 2170. They don't know the exact date. They don't know the exact year. But that time frame, that well in doubt, everybody on this planet is going to be dead before that even happens. Now, I looked on the NASA's news article, and literally they said, NASA says asteroid larger than the Empire State Building heading to Earth. Year 2182. But they said it's a 0.5 chance that it's going to impact Earth. Do you see what I'm talking about? The whole entirety to a lot of things is for these space programs, these nuts, these people that are thinking sick things and crazy things just to get your money, to get you fear-mongering, to get you thinking out of the realm of critical thinking, to think irrational. So that way you will just be like, oh yes, it's coming. I'm going to go ahead and give them my money because I believe they're going to go ahead and help us all. When these fools, I gotta say fools, told in an article said, you know what, the space station doesn't serve a purpose anymore besides growing lettuce and some other so-called scientific things. They said they're just going to, eventually in about 20, 15 years from now, they're just going to say the hell with it and let it crash land in the ocean. You know, they're like, yeah, it is what it is. Nice try. We did good so far with having the International Space Station, but it's going to let the bitch crash in the ocean. And you always kind of think about this, and I haven't brought that on my podcast. I said you're just going to let the International Space Station that's out in orbit in outer space, just, you're not going to do anything. The amount of money, the time, the energy that it took him to get those things up there, and in order to be in orbit and to fly around the entire world, and eventually said, you know, it doesn't really serve a purpose. No one gives a shit about it anymore. Yeah, the hell with it. Let it crash land. You know, we're moving on to bigger, better things. But we don't have a platform to set off to go from, and that would be, you know, the International Space Station. I mean, hell, even in the movie Armageddon, they used the International Space Station as a fueling station for the space shuttle. When they went to go do the, you know, the fucking Roadrunner slingshot thing around the moon to get on the asteroid and shit. But, you know, our space programs are just like saying, you know, really? Do we really need to worry? Nah, fuck it. Yeah, it is what it is. We got your money anyway. I mean, we got the scientific knowledge and everything. You know, this is the things I talk about, and I try to educate people. I try to give them a little gospel to preach to people, to let them know exactly the foolery, the trickery, and all this stuff that people continuously keep feeding, and people buy into it each and every single day, all day, every day. Like I just talked to you about the International Space Station. Oh, they just eventually says, fuck it, just let it crash into the ocean. And it's always this shit falls into the ocean. You know why? Because the ocean is huge, vast, and big. And ain't nobody going to look down and deep into the ocean for any of that shit. One, you don't have the resources to. Two, they claim that some people might have it, but they're not really going to do it because it costs money to do so. And it's too much of a liability and risk issue. So there's like, fuck it. Yeah, it is what it is. And so shit like that has you need to start having your wheels in your brain, start turning them gears in your brain to know that this is a bunch of bullshittery. There's a lot of trickery involved in a lot of shit. This solar flare one, to my thing, is just beyond me. Last time I heard reading an article says, it takes the sun's energy or light from the sun approximately about 8 minutes to reach Earth. Now, they said the big solar flare or whatever, that would take immense amount, a ton of light, and, there's a ton of energy. I don't know anymore. I'm just letting you know that if you're not informed on this, I'm going to let you know of the craziness that's being said all around, that's in these articles, these news things, these social media things that have people fear-mongering and just worrying about everything. And, I would say for the most part, you need to understand that the one thing that they cannot predict, scientists, people cannot predict, and that is for unseen catastrophic events that they cannot predict at all, and that is of natural nature events. Like, you cannot predict as far as a hurricane, you cannot predict as tornadoes, you can't predict earthquakes. People say, well, the government's doing something and it's called seismic fraud. You can't predict natural things such as that, as from Mother Nature. You can't predict thunderstorms, lightning storms, that. You can't predict any of those things. That's stuff that that's nature for you. Plain and simple, and you can try to say, well, because if you say, well, the weatherman could predict, I don't know how many times, if you watch the Weather Channel, how many times the weatherman's been fucking wrong? And you're like, this son of a bitch. When they say, oh, it's going to be a massive snowstorm, get yourself bundled up and everything like that because it's going to go down and we're going to go ahead and cancel schools and everything because the fact that it's coming down and it's going to be snowy and it's going to have 10 foot of snow and then an abominable snowman's going to pop his ass out of anywhere. You know, and then the next day, there isn't a fucking drop of snow any fucking where. Yeah. You want to believe you're a weatherman 110%, you go right ahead. And while you're also doing that, just let me know whether or not you did another line of coke. Because that's what you're sounding like. Somebody that's completely high off some shit. You know, these people, I would put it this way. It's, you know, you want to think about, let's say, North Korea and their propaganda shit with people believing that, you know, their dictator doesn't use the bathroom. I don't know any person, any human being that doesn't take a shit because that's a bunch of horse shit. So don't think that same logic, but that's a little bit out there. Don't think they won't use that same shit here in our own backyard, our own country here in America. Trust me, they will, and we always have used shit like that in tactics on our own people. Come on, man. I mean, think about it. It's fucking... The playbook for fucking just common sense is just people not reading it well. I've said it, the most complex idea is the most simplest idea of them all. Because once you get people scared and fearful, then you're like, oh, I got you, boy. Make you believe whatever I want you to believe. There's killer mushrooms coming down right now out of the clouds. What you gonna do, boy? You know, and people, one person starts believing it, the next people start believing it, and that whole fucking people start going off. I mean, this is freaking wild. And it's sad to think that the world we live in today, the areas where we live, that people will buy into this like, whoa, that's not importantly true. I've stricken this because the reason why, because I talk about this, because I'm just trying to inform people not to be tricked on the shit that they hear. You know, far too many people says, oh, aliens exist. They have to. We just cannot be the only ones out there in the vastness of the galaxies and the cosmos. There's too much space for us just to be the only ones out there. Well, first of all, if you know anything about what they talk about in science, they tell you that it says it would take an infinity amount of time to ever reach another fucking galaxy, another fucking solar system, another fucking quasar, whatever the fuck it is. Infinity amount of time because the universe is ever expanding. So in an infinity amount of time. Infinity means never ending. Because of the fact that the universe is ever expanding. Not my words. This is scientific words. You can look this shit up yourself. That's what they said. It would take an infinity amount of time for you to ever reach another galaxy, another planet, another somewhere where it might have life in one of those so-called Kepler planets that it says 500, 501, 502, 3, whatever the hell it is. They say, oh, we can see they got looks like they got bigger Earth size, and they got water. We can tell they got water, and they got land, maybe. Okay. So I guess they're going to have fucking 8-foot tall fucking avatars and shit on that fucking island. Okay. Who gives a shit? You know? We're not going to get there any fucking time soon. It's like, well, we just don't have the technology to just get there because we can't harness the sun's solar power and be able to fucking thrust ourselves bazillion light years, speed of light, all the way to the fucking planet. But you just telling me it doesn't matter that even if we were to have any type of power that could harness it, it would take an infinity amount of time to ever reach there because the universe is ever expanding. Do you not understand this? Are you getting where I'm coming from? Are you understand what I'm putting down to you? See what I'm talking about? Do you see what I'm talking about and where I'm coming from? Because where I'm coming from the heart, and I'm bringing it to you real as can be. Like, there's just so much stuff that's out there. Like, I harp on the fact that they kept saying that we're going to go back to the moon. We're going to go back to the moon. We've had about a couple space programs landed on the moon recently within the past year. And none of those fucking space programs, including our own, has landed back at their historical sites of Apollo missions. None of them. Because you know why? They would have said they would have, and they would have said they had did, and they would have surely sent pictures indicating that and informing people and showing and telling. None of them did. They just said, "Oh, we did a great thing. It's great where we landed and all the thing." And by the way, the spacecraft tipped on its side, but it's going to send back some great data. Don't worry, it's sending back data to let us know what's going on. But you couldn't land at the sites of where Neil Armstrong and Buzz, landed and took the first steps on the moon. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to land in that area because apparently we might have lost the coordinates on where we landed there. And, why land there anyway? Come on. But wouldn't you want some remnants of it? Wouldn't you want to see that, the shit got corroded or the shit's fucking still intact, apparently after 50-some years? You would want to see something. You would want to have that done. But they don't. So you might. This because it's not in the best interest for the rest of the world to know that, hey, maybe in fact we just didn't go there, or maybe in fact it was just a little plot for us to, make the Russian government, the USSR, completely bankrupt, so that way, the superpowers could be only wanted to be the United States. That was basically what the whole space program, space race was, for the United States to make another country go completely bankrupt. And Russia kind of fell into the lines a lot of that. And when they did, it worked to proficient accusation, because apparently, even Nixon apparently didn't care about fucking the space program. No president has ever cared about the space program. They say it. And even one guy, watch a video, he says they tote the line, they tell people what they want to hear, but they overall don't give a shit about it. It's just something to get votes. It's just something to get more money. And literally, they're like, say this old shit, and yeah, you'll probably get back in office. Even, what was it? I think Nixon had been quoted saying to when a reporter asked and said, "Hey, what about you think about this space?" And Nixon he was like, space. I don't give a damn about space. Do I look like a space cadet? Now, if the president had said it, and the president said it's quoted, him having said that would probably be on the lines of that the president doesn't give a damn about space. And necessarily, he don't really care for the fact about any space program or about doing anything with space. If he's going to say some shit like that, where you would want to feed the young hearts and minds of the young kids to say, yeah, be a space cadet. Join the space program. We're going to go far into space. We're going to go do it like Galaxy Quest and travel, all that good shit. No. Don't care. They don't give a damn about space. No one cares about space. But, I'll put it this way. There are many people that care about space, and there are tons of people that are devoted to space. But the real ones, the reality ones, are the ones saying, you know what? Space, really? What? Honestly, think about it. They give you distances. They said that the Earth looks like this. And I'm not saying that the Earth is flat. I'm not saying that. I'm going to say the Earth is a ball. It's a globe. Reason why? I'll give you my answer. Reason why I think the Earth is a ball globe is because guess what? I've been taught that in my entire time. My entire life is full. The Earth is a ball. It's a globe. Why? Because I've been force-fed that since I was a kid, first attending schools. All right? That's what I was taught. All right? Basically, I took on a blind, a leap of faith, believing from other people who have learned it from other people who have been told by other people, yeah, this is what the Earth looks like. It's a fucking ball. It's an Earth. And never have seen it with my own eyes. We're just taking a leap of faith, believing somebody else that says, yeah, that's what it looked like. All right, well, they said it looks like that, and well, somebody from them said it looks like this. Somebody above them said it looked like this. Somebody who's smarter and who says, oh yeah, this would look like whatever. That's the reason why I believe it. The Earth is a ball, is a globe. It's because of that factor. It's not because of any scientific evidence. It's because another motherfucker said the Earth is a fucking globe. And you could be saying, well, why don't you believe that the Earth is flat? I don't fucking know, because when I wasn't taught that in school, I'm pretty sure if it was taught in school for the longest time and said the Earth is flat, the Earth is flat, I'm pretty sure I'd have to tell you the exact same way what I just told you, why I believe the Earth is a fucking globe, a ball, floating out in the vast is a fucking nothing. All right? So that's my best answer that I can give you, the reason why I believe the Earth is a ball, because some other motherfucker told me. All right? I mean, there's just a lot of shit that if you paint a picture, you think about it for a little bit, you would just take way out of your self-restraint to think about you not being, right about everything, and you kind of thinking outside the box. Maybe some shit is really fucked up, and let's just see, the Earth is not as it used to be, or shit's not as... There's a lot of shit that's just not real, so to speak. I mean, hell, look at it this way. What is that? The movie The Matrix. It's a good analogy to bring up and talk about. So, if you can remember the movie The Matrix, when Neo is with Morpheus and he's about to make a choice to take the blue pill and, wake up and believe whatever you want to believe. Or you can take the red pill and you can see how far the rabbit hole really goes. And Neo, without thinking about it, he wanted to see the real world, and he took the red pill. And Morpheus says, hey, I just offer you the truth, nothing more, right? So he took the red pill, and he found out, he saw what the Earth really looked like, what through his real eyes looked like. And the world was fucked up, to be honest. Yeah, it was out of the Matrix, the world was looking fucked up. Like, he was eating gruel, looked like eggs and milk mashed together and shit. And he was like, but we're free. We're in the real world, but we're free. Yeah, well, the real world was looking fucked up. And then one guy says, why, oh, why didn't I take the blue pill? Now, in reality, I'm going to tell you right now, if you knew that the real world was fucked up in general and looked fucking terrible and the shit was just bad all the way around, don't sit here and say you would have took the fucking red pill and be like, yes, because I want to do that. Your ass would have been like, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go ahead and take that blue pill. Yeah, I'm a little lie. You'd be like, but it's not real. I don't give a fuck. I lit a lie. It had a fucked up dream and met your monkey ass with these fucked up glasses and a bald head. Nope. I'm going to live that lie. All right, give me that blue pill. But are you sure? Yes, I'm motherfucking sure. Right? Just telling you. So, a lot of the shit that you think is true is not true. Now, I'm not saying the Earth is like that. I'm not saying we live in a matrix or not. I don't fucking know. And I know many people would probably say, if somebody is like living in playing a video game simulation of us, and many people said, well, guess what? The person that's playing me has been fucked up for a while. They don't get the controls down right. They're not understanding what to fucking do. If this is a fucking real life Sims, motherfucker, you figure this shit out right now. Because many of us would say, I want money, fame, and fortune, okay? That's what many people would fucking say. They're like, the motherfucker's not playing us right. Alright? Fucking use some cheat codes and fucking figure this shit out so that way I can fucking get where I need to fucking be. So, it's just inept onto the amount of craziness, like, and this goes far-fetched, this goes up to the whole political aspect too. So if I'm saying this is the political wise in politics, they the same shit. I mean, like I said, my phone's been blowing up constantly with text messages from senators, politicians, just, oh, blow over, we need your help, the Democrats, the Republicans, and literally they've been sending this shit to my phone on a continuous basis. And at a point in time, I just like, dude, you're just looking for looking for my vote, and I don't even know who the hell you are. Okay? Like, literally. But that's what they'll do. And then again, it's like, when they get in office, what are they going to do for me? Like, what is it they're doing for me? You want my vote, but what are you doing for me? Well, you're doing a great thing because I'm going to help things out. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you, the little people. So I'm a little people, huh? I didn't mean I'm going to help you, the regular people. I'm a regular person. So what does that make you? I'm here for the people. So what do you classify us people? You know, think of it that way. Think of it at each and every way, and you'll find yourself understanding how certain things are being molded, how certain things are being crafted to paint a picture on how people want their own agenda, how people want their own shit. It's always going to be a catch-22 with a lot of shit. You just got to be able to sift through the bullshit. I mean, one of my favorites of the bullshittery is, matter of fact, I put it this way, and if you don't take anything from me, you take this, that people always say, oh, no, that's the truth, this is the truth. But I'm going to tell you pretty much, mankind is corruptible. Mankind will do things to benefit themselves in the long run than just ultimately be true to what is out there. Now, I'm not saying every person is this, but mankind is instinctively has that within our own species. That is just the norm. That is just how it happens. Because if I'm not going to try to go into religion or any type of thing, but is it a reason why? Because men are corrupted. Mankind is corrupted on certain things because they start thinking, ooh, I can make money, I can get paid, I can have more than what you have. And they start thinking that way. And when they start thinking that way, their minds be able to start, how can I manipulate this person, or how can I get over on this person? That's what happens. That's what goes on. This is mankind. You know, it's not going to be like, oh, let me be fair and honest with you. Fuck no, that's just mankind is corrupted, plain and simple, and they will do anything to suit their needs and what they're into. I mean, it's very sad because not knowing this and then now realizing how certain things are, you start to kind of feel a certain way. Like, one of the most ones that I think was like the early 2000s. I remember seeing it in this infomercial, and they finally figured out, yeah, this motherfucker is just bad. This guy, he was like, internet millions. If you know what I'm talking about, definitely give me a comment on this. It'd be like, the guy was at the pool, he had some chicks and some bikinis, and he had some belly people scattered around the pool. No one was in the pool, but they were just around the fucking pool, you know, and just standing around acting like they're having a party, talking, you know, and he's like, yeah, I made my millions through internet millions. And he's talking about how he made money but never revealed any secrets about how to do it. But he's like, yep, but I'll tell you one thing right now, just quit your job and then buy my book. That's $39.95. Yeah, there's a catch-22. This is what I've said. There's always a catch-22, right? It's just, yeah, I'm going to show you these things, but I'm going to need you to, you know, buy my advanced placement of book or whatever. That's what I said about people who, you know, these prominent people, these, you know, scholars, then they get abducted in the middle of the night by aliens and some shit, and then they're like, oh my god, they came in the middle of the night, you know, he was skinny, or he was 3 foot tall, and he took me up to the mothership, and he did some sexual experiments on me, you know, so the aliens are some freaks. And then after they're done, they talk about this, and then it's a book deal to write their ordeals about what happened. So they write a book, and they're not
selling their books for free. I know that for pretty much. They're selling it to get a profit. So you just have to fine tooth comb, weave and bob and weave all this shit to try to figure out who's just less of the bullshit. So, but I'm gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna come back and we're talking about more of this craziness that's going on with a lot of stuff that's in the news, and just like, what the hell. So stay with me. I'll be right back. Here on the Coolest of the Cool, the Coolly Cool Show. I'll be right back. Coolest of the Cool. You're listening to cool modern trap music. So, we last talked about was, like I said, back here on the Coolest of the Cool, the Coolly Cool Show. We just left off talking about deception, people making lines of reality, and all this other good stuff. Yeah, I just, there's just a lot of stuff out there that you just kind of just don't want to be fooled into. Big thing was talking about this slow flare, and then as I was watching the video, they were like, "Oh, so I was like, really, a slow flare that might cause communication black? Okay, catastrophic event." I'm thinking like, okay, that could, anything happen, And then the next it was like, get an fMRI. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, it's not bad to be prepared in the event that something does happen, but at the same time, with the way things are going on in this world, and how social media is, how they try to fool people, so that way people can make money off other people, so that people can get money from other people. Trust me, people are going through there's hard times right now going on. People, believe it or not, there's hard times. So people are going to go pull the woodworks and try to Kanye sells. I mean, look, they do it all the time. I mean, people will call your house phone and be like, "Hey, you've been approved for a loan." Well, you're like, "What the fuck? I didn't even call this motherfucker. I didn't call looking into that shit." And it's happening rampant and wild throughout. Like I said, people are having hard times. It's pretty bad. So people right now are just trying to get one up on their competition, which is everybody else. So it's just be very careful, read the fine print. I would say treat it as if you're going to go to buying a car or getting a new car. If when you go into a car lot, a used or new car lot or whatever, and you're just on there just browsing, looking around, in about a couple of seconds, a sales associate's going to be popping out of nowhere. A car salesman's going to come up and say, "Hey, how you doing? You need a little help? What are you in the market of looking for?" Always. And they come out of nowhere. And you're like, what the fuck? What if he was like, "I'm just looking. I don't want to be bothered." Well, we got the top of the line here. We got, and they'll always push the new cars. But then when you're kind of like, no, or it's toward the end of the year, or they need to get these cars a lot, and the older year cars, well, not hot anymore, just like last year's models, they're gonna be pushing this like, "Oh, you need to get you a good distance, give you a good price here, help you out, get you going. We're gonna get you out of here. We're gonna walk you out of here with something. Don't worry." It's a done deal. It's a wrap. The thing is, are you going to negotiate with them to figure out what's the bullshit, what's the catch, so that way you can get what you want and they get what they want, But it's the whole same process when you're trying to understand as far as what's going on in the regular world and figuring out, okay, what's being deceptive, what's being deceived to me, and what's being reality. Well, frankly to say, it works both ways. There's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's just unfortunately in the past couple fucking months, years, shit's just gotten kind of completely whack. Like I said, be in the lookout for alien talks to come about pretty soon. They're going to come pretty soon. They're going to talk about it. They're going to bring it up again. They bring it up every year. And it seems they always do this when they feel like they have a dry hole as far as not getting much money. I would say, considering the fact that, so many aliens are supposed to have advanced technology, I have said this before, kind of funny that these aliens who travel all these light years and they come here to Earth and they, have bright lights in the sky, and they always do it at night. You would think that if they're traveling through the cosmos, and they're supposed to be advanced, they would have probably came up with something of a, without having to have a bright white light to see through the Earth's terrain. But no, they're using bright white lights to see and navigate through. Hell, we have night vision goggles that does that shit, and without having any light. But apparently aliens need bright white light to see. Oh, there he is, right? Okay, oh, there he is. Found his ass. Okay, beam him up, Scotty. I don't fucking get it. To me, it seems like a complete farce. But I guess I'm a little bit. I guess I'm a little bit insensitive. I don't know. I guess whatever. Oh, and looks like we can come to another end of a great episode here on the Coolest of the Cool, the Cooley Cool Show. So if you haven't done so already, be sure to like and subscribe and follow me on my other social media platforms. You can follow me on my YouTube channel, the Cooley Cool Show. You can also follow me on my TikTok channel, Cooley Cool Show. And like I said, if TikTok isn't banned, if it's still up, hit that like and follow me and check out some other of my videos and stuff in there. Yeah. And said, what are you gonna do? You take the blue pill or you take the red pill? I know half you motherfuckers are gonna take the blue pill, so don't act like you're taking the red pill. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. So, anyway, you heard it here live on the Coolest of Cool, the Cooley Cool Show. Your host, Brent. Take care. And bye. And don't act like you're going to take that red pill. You know you're going to take that motherfucking blue pill. All right. Take care. Bye.